Hey everybody, it's Adrian again with Butcher by You. Today I'm going to be showing you how to make the Cajun Poboy. Now this is locally famous around here, but instead of using a pork loin like we would do in the butcher shop I work at, we're going to use a deer back strap. Now this deer was taken last year from this past hunting season. It only spent a day or two in ice, and then it was vacuumed and frozen, so it's super fresh. What we'll start is we're going to take our knife and we're going to start by cutting right into it, make one slit, and we're going to try to keep it right at the top of the loin. Now what you're going to do, the pretty much the idea what we're trying to do is we're going to cut it and roll this whole piece of back strap out so we can stuff it with our Cajun green onion sausage. Throw a little high temperature cheddar cheese, and then we're going to weave some bacon and wrap it up. Now you want to make your line all the way to the back of the back strap, and just try to be real careful not to cut all the way through. And once you get to one line, you can see we got the top. Now I'm going to come underneath and I'm going to cut this part, and then we're just going to go just a big spiral. Now I'll just cut. Just keep rolling the meat as you're cutting it out. What I'm trying to do is, as I'm running my knife along the bottom of the meat, I'm actually have the blade of my knife tilted upwards so that it doesn't actually cut into the board and cut through. See, just keep flipping and keep trimming, and it's just going to get really long from here. Alright guys, there we go. See, look, now it's perfectly rolled out. Look how big it is now. Flip it up just like that. Now the next step is we're going to roll some green onion sausage into that. So we'll take our loose green onion sausage. I've already previously cut this out the casing, and then now we're gonna mash it down real nice and thin, just like that. I'm gonna layer it into the roast. Now this is a really tasty dish because not only do you have the good lean taste of the back strap, but then you have all the good spices and flavor from the sausage, and then it just mixes in with the creaminess from the cheese and that salty kind of savory taste with the bacon. And then when you cook it, the bacon actually keeps this deer back strap from drying out. It keeps it nice and tender and really keeps it juicy. And instead of just like a regular wrap, we're actually gonna weave it. So it's also gonna be pretty too. Put a little more green onion right there. And there we go. Go put this green onion to the side. And now it's ready for some cheese. Right here what we have is high temperature cheddar cheese. As you can see, it's a little different from shredded cheese. It's made so that it holds its texture and composure when it's heated up. So instead of how when you usually cook something with cheese, the cheese all melts out, this is going to keep its consistency, and it's also going to stay ooey and gooey all through this po' boy. So we'll just dump that cheese right there. Just spread it out. And then just, push it into the sausage just a little bit. You don't have to get too rough with it. Just to get a good little layer of cheese to sausage. Now we'll roll it back up just how when we first cut it. Bam. You can see in there it's just a big spiral of meat, cheese, and sausage. Again, if you don't have any any deer meat or wild game, what we usually use, especially at the butcher shop, is a pork loin, boneless pork loin. You'll just take that and you can just do the same method and totally just make your own. So now the next step is bacon. We're going to want to do a bacon weave. So you'll take one piece of bacon, lay it out. We're just going to kind of line the length of this roast with bacon. Probably maybe need about like 4 or 5 strips to really cover the whole thing. You really want to stretch it out good. That way you get a good wrap in it. Now that we have that, we'll set our po' boy on the bacon. Now we'll start our weave. So I'm going to skip one, lift one up. Skip one, lift another up. I'll then take another piece of bacon. Of course, stretch it. Stretch it really good. And we'll lay that down. Now you're just going to do the adverse of what we just did. So instead of skipping one this time, we'll lift this one up. Skip the next one, lift this one up. And put this down there. Next one. I'm pretty sure once you cook this and try this, you'll probably make it a normal staple into your regular routine, or it's even good for parties or special events, because people like to look at, they see the bacon all crisp around it, but then underneath the crisp bacon you have the perfectly cooked backstrap with the sausage and the cheese just oozing out. Really gets people talking. Ooh, I had a little extra piece. Pull that down. Alright, we're almost at the end here. Now we're going to roll this thing up. Couple more slices. And you could really weave this bacon on anything. If you wanted to take a chicken breast, you can open the chicken breast just like we did the back strap. You could stuff the chicken breast and roll that in bacon. One more. Alright, so now that we have that, we'll actually take it and we're going to put on the first strip of bacon right here. Now we'll take the end and we're going to seal up these ends. That way any grease and flavor that might be trying to ooze out is going to stay in there. Flip up those ends, and now we're going to flip up the top. What you want to do is just start rolling. As you roll, just start flipping up the ends as you go over them. This is going to create like a cross pattern on the edges so that it actually seals it in. Once that bacon starts really crisping and wanting to contract and hold its shape, it'll keep everything nice and together. There we go. Stand it up. And bingo. That right there, ladies and gentlemen, is the Cajun Poboy. That's how we do it on the bayou. The way you would cook this, you'd put it in a 350-degree oven, you'd cover it for an hour, then you would uncover it, and you're going to let this bacon crisp for about 30 minutes. Once you see the bacon nice and brown, it's ready. You take it out, and then you're going to just slice it right across. Alright guys, thanks for tuning in to me. Again, like, comment, and subscribe below. Thank you.